So some very interesting news came up, or this right now is just a rumor, so kind of take it with a grain of salt. Anything can really kind of come from this, but I kind of wanted to talk about it because it's the first real big thing that has kind of come up lately. And to be honest with you, I'm just kind of thinking to myself, if Microsoft were really serious and wanted to do something that would surprise everybody, I think this would be a smart thing to do. Is it going to be something that they 100% do? Well, listen, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see kind of what happens. But, I'm willing to kind of see and give them, the benefit of the doubt when it comes with it, just because, like I said, I'm a big Xbox fan. I think they do put out good hardware, and I have a huge library accrued with them. So clearly, I'm willing to give it a kind of a chance to see what happens. Now, if it's something stupid or it doesn't work out, then it is what it is. And I just feel like that's something that Microsoft will have to deal with themselves when they decide to do what they're going to do, I guess. So we'll see. But I want to get into it. What's up, everybody? I'm Crab Gamer. This is Crab Gamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel. It means a lot to me personally. If you guys could go ahead and just like the video. I do daily gaming content. It always just tries to be fun, yet, entertaining and informative as well. So thank you guys so much for, always rocking out with me and just being cool. And, hopefully it continues to, grow the channel and things like that, because those are important. So, simple likes really do help out tremendously, with everything. So keep that in mind. Going forward. So with that being said, what are we talking about? Well, according to this, Microsoft's next generation console is dubbed Xbox Prime and is possibly coming in 2026. Think about that for a second. We've heard that the console might come out early, like they were trying to do a Xbox 360 situation where it actually launches ahead of the PlayStation 6, whatever the case may be. And, again, that would be a smart thing to do. Now, is that 100% what's going to happen? I think that's kind of something we're going to have to wait and see. But it would make sense if you were trying to actually get out there and, do something different and do something that realistically sort of changes the game or puts you back in the game, so to speak. I could see how that would be a smart thing to do. And, something that would probably take Sony off guard a little bit. So, we'll have to see how that kind of works out. But, again, also don't take the name Prime as it being, 100% set in stone that that's what it would be called. That's probably would be a, code name, just like, the Scorpio or the, they've always kind of done that kind of thing, Scorpio, Durango, whatever the case may be. But anyway, as Xbox Series X and S move past the 4-year mark, we're starting to hear more about Microsoft's next generation plans, both officially and coming from fresh reports and rumors. A new rumor is doing the rounds that gives us a possible next-gen codename and even projected release window. According to the Ghost of Hope, who focuses on Call of Duty and regularly drops insider information on the franchise, Microsoft's next-gen system could be called Xbox Prime, or at least codenamed, and is being prepared for a 2026 launch. The leaker adds that Microsoft delivering a new Xbox console next year is pretty much an open secret in the industry, so we do have that to kind of look forward to. He says, take this with a huge grain of salt. I'm hearing that the next Xbox is still coming in 2026 and will be called Xbox Prime. Still unclear if it's a code name or actual name. I've heard Infinity Ward's next Call of Duty is being considered a day one release for this. Hearing from trusted sources that the next Xbox is planned to be released in late 2026, very likely that Call of Duty 2026 is a day one release for that. I know people don't believe it, but Xbox's next console being in 2026 is pretty much an open secret within the industry. It seems early, but I think it makes sense with where Xbox is headed. The account went on to mention that Xbox's upcoming handheld device, which has been confirmed by Phil Spencer now, will release after the team's next main home console. Again, Phil Spencer recently said a handheld system will still be a few years away, so it makes sense in theory. However, you must add extra weight to the in theory comment because this is a very vague rumor coming from from a source that doesn't usually focus on things like hardware and console reporting. The source claims they've also spoken with Windows Central's Jez Gording on the topic, who does report on these things, adding that Jez didn't have the sources to corroborate or debunk it at the time. At the very first tweet up above, I'm going to link this, of course, you can check it out. We should all take it with a huge pinch of salt, but we thought it was worth talking about. With the PS5 Pro now on the market and no clear competitor in that regard from Xbox, it wouldn't be a bad thing to come out with something that would be, more powerful and things like that. And we've heard that they were thinking about doing something next generation in 2026 anyway. So, we'll see what happens with that. Again, anything can happen. We'll have to wait and see what Microsoft is actually doing in the future of this, but it could be very smart to do something about a new console, a new next generation console, with the idea that you're going to be launching it with a new Call of Duty game. That's a big deal. You've also got the Call of Duty thing, you've got Game Pass, you've got a new console. Obviously that could be a huge deal for a lot of people. Because believe it or not, Call of Duty is a huge seller, and it's a huge seller, for a lot of people, the casual people, everybody. People really look forward to that kind of stuff, and we'll see if that's something that can come about. Like I said, I'm willing to go into it with an open mind, see if Microsoft really has, a big plan, kind of planned out for the Xbox, and again. Anything can happen, and with Microsoft being who they are, it wouldn't surprise me that they go in for like a sneak attack or something along those lines, where people are obviously going to kind of look to Xbox as something of a like a fringe contender or whatever. Maybe they go, hey, let's go all out with a one more console and see if we can't get some traction. I'm sure that's probably the thought process behind this, and if that's going to be something that they actually can work on, hey, you know what, why not do it? You launch the biggest game ever with it, and who knows, if you think about it, 2026 could be, it's rumored to be the launch of the next Gears of War game. So maybe you launch it with Gears of War, you launch it with, Call of Duty, even though that's a multi-plat. I imagine that it's going to play and look great on the new Xbox. So, you're right there. You have a couple of big wins right there. If Gears is back, playing off that nostalgia, that would be huge, people don't really realize that, how big of a deal that would be, you know what I mean? People do like Gears of War. They don't like where it went with 4 and 5, I think in particular 5, but overall that series is very nostalgic for a lot of people, and you see clearly everybody kind of has a thought to what they kind of believe is Xbox's thing. For me anyway, I look at it as Gears of War certainly in higher regard than even Halo, and that's something that I think people kind of have to understand is, you really need things like your big first party, games or whatever that are going to impress people. They're going to get people excited, and that's hopefully where we're at with this whole situation. Is hey, let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's see if we can get people excited about the franchises again that they used to love, the Halos, the this, the that. That's what I think we need to see more than anything. So that's, for me anyway, what I'm looking to see with this. This could maybe recapture some of that Xbox 360 nostalgia that a lot of us do have, like myself. And you go, okay, well, you launch early like they did against the PS3, because Sony seems kind of unstoppable, just like they did back with the PS2. And it took a early launch and some really great games, to kind of dig into what Microsoft was or dig into what Sony was trying to do. So that's kind of what they were able to kind of achieve, and excited to see if that's something that they can continue to keep up. So for me anyway, we'll see if that's what they do. And I can't wait to see how this all plays out. How will Sony respond? This would be actual competition, folks, and that's, I think, what a lot of us are kind of looking at. Like, hey, can they actually get some of this competition out there in the world? Get people kind of doing their thing? I think that would be great. So with that being said, I will link this in the description. You guys can go ahead and like the video if you like it. Come back for more. I appreciate it. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.